Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. Oil did very well today. Natural gas was basically flat. But we'll jump in there. We'll take a look at the charts. I'll let you know what it looks like and give you my financial opinion. So here we go. This is light crude oil futures. I drew in a lower line and an upper trend line. This is an expanding we call it a megaphone type pattern. We are heading on higher. So if I were to zoom in here, we kind of came back into a little bit of support and we're bouncing up. We'll see where this thing goes next. But I'm long oil. I'm holding on to my longs, and it looks pretty good. I mean, today we finished quite strong, and hopefully we can continue that buying pressure into tomorrow. Natural gas, I would say this looks a little bit weak. We've got some selling pressure here. And whenever you have this thing kind of, what it's doing is it's coming into like kind of an ascending wedge here, where we're going to come in and probably spill out the downside. It's not a huge pattern, so it's probably not going to be a big move, but we could maybe see down here somewhere. Looking at XOP, XOP is the S&P oil and gas ETF. We're trying to break out of this pattern to the upside of this big long downtrend line. And that's where we're at. We broke out, we kind of came back, put in another bullish engulfing. We're heading on higher again to try to break and hold above this big long-term resistance line. SM Energy, nice strong day today, finished pretty strong. So that one's looking really good. It's right at this support resistance line is where we're at. CDEV looking really strong. It's breaking out of this and closing quite strongly at about, what is it, 822. So we closed very high today, and hopefully we can make a run at it here. I think if oil can get some legs underneath it, we're going to see probably a big run, maybe to 12 bucks. But that one's looking real strong. This one's Crude Energy. Crude Energy's also putting in a nice big bullish engulfing pattern. Very strong closing, very strong day to day. It's looking quite strong. Hopefully we can continue higher. We've got Callon Petroleum. Again, nice good bullish engulfing pattern here. Usually that means we're going to do a reversal and move on up. It's doing that, and hopefully we can continue the move higher. Athabasca Oil, a little bit of a down day today. We're right at that long-term resistance line coming across here. That's what we're trying to break through. Once we break through that, I think we're going to see a nice good move whenever that happens. Recaf, again, I still hold this thing. We've got lots of support right here, right where it was at yesterday. Coming up 11.42% today, back to 503, and hopefully we can make our way higher. Hopefully. Northern Oil and Gas, a little bit of an up day today. Hopefully we don't roll over. We just continue to move higher. But either way, it doesn't really matter in the short term. I think we're going to be heading on up over the long term, medium and long term. Crescent Point Energy getting nice, good buying pressure today, finishing quite strong. Looks actually quite healthy to move on up. GTE, another one that looks real healthy. It kind of broke out, came back, did a little retest of this guy, and we're moving on up today. Finished quite strong. So Grand Tier Energy looks pretty strong. Tellurian, TELL, is the ticker symbol. Nice good reversal day yesterday. Hammer pattern with a bullish piercing. Small down day today. Hopefully we can get the buyers to step in here. Pedevco, 3.54%. PED is the ticker symbol. Moving on sideways, it's looking quite good with the bullish engulfing yesterday. I would be a buyer yesterday and looking for a move higher. Oasis moving on higher, looking fantastic. Comstock Resources down day today, a little hammer pattern. I don't know if they released some news. I have to look, but it's right there, kind of at that retest point. Sandridge, looking at Sandridge up 4.23%, it's looking quite strong. Hopefully it can continue that move. And then we've got Ring Energy coming down, bullish piercing pattern. I would suspect a move higher. And it went higher today, so hopefully it can continue. Surge Energy finding support. I think we're going to head higher. Nice strong closing. Looks really good. Tamarack Valley Energy broke out, pulled back, and I suspect a move higher. up 8.2 or 8.12%. Kind of zooming out on it, this thing's looking quite strong. So it's a nice big move, pop higher out of its channel or out of its pattern. So that one looks really good. OIH, zooming in, we are breaking to the upside of this, squeezing up of this pattern. So I think OIH, Oil Services, looks really strong. Tetra Technologies looking strong. Nice big strong closing today. Bigger picture view, we're still in the pattern, and I think we're going to blow out of this pattern at some point in the future. Transocean's looking really good. Looking at the dailies, we've got a reversal candlestick. We are reversing higher today, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going and break out of this downtrend line, which is a neckline on an inverted head and shoulders pattern, which is going to go far higher than where it is currently. I don't know Seadrill's ticker symbol, but I know they were emerging from or exiting bankruptcy. This would be a company I would look at for purchase. I don't know if this is the ticker symbol anymore. I'd have to do some more research for you guys to figure out what the ticker symbol is. PUMP's taken off. That looks good. Up strong today. I would be holding on to it for sure. EXTN, I know this was bought out, I heard. Would I hold on to it? Yeah, I would hold on to it. Whoever bought them out got a really good value on Exterion Corporation. Valaris moving on higher. It's looking really good. It bounced off of its support line that I drew here. Nice, good bullish piercing, and we're moving on up. So that looks good. MMA offshore is looking really solid. On the long-term view, it's basically stopped its downward movement. We're just looking for a break of this big long-term downtrend line. Tidewater looking really good. I've got the rocket ship on this one. It's moving on higher, broke out, and we're getting that nice big squeeze breakout. So this one looks absolutely excellent for Tidewater. The chart looks great. NEX, this guy's been ultra strong, bullish engulfing, moving on higher. This would be one if you want a little more leverage. This one seems to be quite leveraged. So NEX, Next Year Oilfield Solutions would be the one I would look at if you want a little more leverage in your portfolio. CHX, ChampionX Corporation, looking strong. It's probably going to try to break this downtrend line, if I can get it to come up. Inverted head and shoulders, and then we'll get a break, and it's going to have a big move to the upside. That's CHX. This one's WHD Cactus, 4.4% up today. The energy service sector looks very strong. I would be a buyer in it. This thing's broken its pattern. I would definitely be holding on to it on a weekly candlestick basis. It looks really strong. Daily looks strong. Looks really good. OII looking good. Bullish engulfing to a move higher. So hopefully we can continue the move in all of these companies. NE is Noble Energy. It's a drilling. Think of deep sea drilling or sea drilling company. I don't know if it's deep sea. I'd have to look. But this thing's just been chopping sideways. Got a kind of good run up the past few days. And then we've got Helix Energy Solutions off this bullish engulfing. Nice, good, strong close today, 6.1%. Again, this one's in a big old pattern. And I think we're going to see a move to the upside, an eventual break of this pattern. And then a very big move for a bull market in oil. So oil looking strong. We'll see if it can continue. Again, guys, I'm in it for the long term. I have accumulated pretty heavily in the energy service and energy company exploration and production companies. I bought those earlier, and then I bought the energy service ones, I don't know, pretty recently. And I had some before that too at the bottom. I bought a couple of them. So I think it looks strong. Hopefully this momentum can continue. Of all of them, the strongest CDEV looks really strong. Tidewater looks really strong too. The NEX looks really strong, that ticker symbol. Hopefully Recaf can get moving too. That was looking really strong. So, I think summer of 2022 is going to be a big move for oil. So we may not really pull back much. We may just continue to move on up with the supply and inventories getting drawn down as much as they have. We may continue higher and just go straight up. I don't necessarily know. That isn't a statement or a prediction. That's just saying we may do that. No one knows the future. I want to make that clear. And these are the companies that I'm playing with, are the ones that I've gone over today. Those are all the ones I really own. I don't own all of them, but I own a lot of them. If you guys like this analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.